Stress effects on animal welfare, health status, and production in farm animals. The diagnosis and management of stress. So, in regards to health production and impacts, acute stress involves increased heart rate, blood pressure, and respiration and glucose mobilization. There is also enhanced oxygen transport, and endorphins are also produced. During chronic stress, we can see long-term issues such as high blood sugar, digestive disorders, and immune suppression and fatigue. There can also be cellular damage in glucocorticoid-rich areas, such as the hippocampus, which affects memory and learning. With chronic stress, animals will also have reduced growth, reproductive issues, and higher disease susceptibility. General adaptation syndrome involves an alarm reaction, a resistance phase, an exhaustion phase, and the outcomes are death or recovery. So the alarm phase, this is when the body activates the sympathetic adrenomedullary system, which is fight or flight. The resistance phase is when there is a sustained hypothalamus pituitary axis activation. Prolonged stress may lead to chronic health issues. In the exhaustion phase, depleted reserves result in adaptive diseases such as ulcers or hypertension. And the outcomes are recovery if the stress ceases, or chronic illness or death if the stress persists. So to remember general adaptation syndrome, just think of AREO. In measuring stress, we look at behavioral changes such as withdrawal or aggression. And physiological markers are cortisol levels, heart rate, and immune dysfunction. The biological costs of stress are measured by changes in reproduction, immunity, and overall health. Distress occurs when the biological cost exceeds the body's reserves. It leads to pathological states and impaired production. In regards to managing stress, we need to try and have behavioral adjustments, such as creating an environment that minimizes perceived threats, and use distractions such as chew toys for pigs during feeding delays. We can also use genetic or epigenetic modifiers, so selecting breeds with better stress resilience, such as stress-resistant turkeys for cold weather. Farmers can also optimize early life experiences to mitigate long-term stress responses. And good animal-human interactions are important. Gentle handling reduces cortisol levels and improves growth and behavior. Rough treatment can lead to slow growth and visible stress symptoms. In regard to environmental improvements, ensure proper housing, nutrition, and handling procedures to minimize stressors. And porcine stress syndrome, also known as PSS, is a genetic disorder causing acute stress response in landrace pigs. It leads to significant production losses.